everybody. Welcome to week 7. We've done it. We've gotten to the end of the term. You've come a really long way in such a very short time. So I'm really proud of all the effort that you've put into this course and your writing. And, you know, it's just been a wild ride, right? So let's get to it. This is going to be a short video since I don't have a whole lot more to convey to you. So let's take a look at the week 7 overview and readings. You'll see here that I have a PDF that's posted from the Journal of Basic Writing. This article was written by Don Murray a very long time ago, probably before some of you were even born. Donald Murray was a very notable scholar in the field of rhetorics and composition. And yeah, so let me just open it up, show it to you. You can download it to your computers if you want to. If you click up here, you can download. But the title of this is Making Meaning Clear, the Logic of Revision. So it seems kind of long, but if you go through it, I think Murray's writing is very clear and very accessible for students, but also very intelligent, and his reasoning is really great. And he just takes you through the whole idea of why revision is an important thing and the things that you should look for when you're revising your paper. So he has this internal checklist that he articulates for his readers, and he talks about focus and form, excuse me, voice, which is something that we really haven't talked much about in this class, but and those are the things that he focuses on. But he has lists of questions and sometimes examples of how he uses revision in his own writing. So I highly recommend that if you are interested in learning more about revision. So that's the only assigned reading. I have videos posted for you on MLA Works Cited and using a citation generator. These are repeats for you. I know you've seen them earlier in the semester, but for those of you who need a refresher on doing MLA citation and using the citation machine generator, excuse me, these videos will help you in using those. So the two things that are due at the end of the course are the research argument final revision, and I'll click on that in a moment. Plus you have a final course reflection, and I will talk about both of those briefly. So let's click on those right now. We don't have a video here because I posted it last week. This again is just a complete reiteration of the assignment that you've seen for the last few weeks, the assignment that you're working on. So your final revision is due Saturday the 6th. Saturday the 6th is the last day of the term. It's not Sunday. I know you've been used to getting things to me by Sunday, but Saturday is the last day of the term. And as I said before, I really do not have much wiggle room at the end of the semester. I have to turn around, get those grades in quickly, and I like to have time to actually read through your papers. So it's really important that you get this paper done on time. If for some reason you have some kind of an emergency that comes up, please get in touch with me so I'm aware of what's going on, and you can have maybe an extra day or two, but that's really in emergency situations. If you just haven't managed your time well, there's really not a whole lot I can do for you at this point. So it's really important that you get this revision in and any other final work in by Saturday the 6th. So for the final essay, again, you're choosing your topic and writing a 7 to 8 page researched argumentative essay. So it's similar to what you were doing with the synthesis essay, except you're using more sources. So you should have a minimum of 6 good research sources, and at least 2 of those should be academic scholarly journal articles. Once again, you can find those academic articles by using Google Scholar or logging into the UC library databases. You go through Academic Search Complete, you type in your keywords, and you should be able to access some of those academic scholarly journal articles. I did a video, and there are resources in that embedded library module that will help you if you are still confused about how to access those journal articles. So you can access those older materials. You just need to go through each module before you find it. So you're expected to use your feedback that you receive on these assignments that we've done, both the research intro, outline, and works cited, as well as the rough draft that you've submitted, and use that feedback during your revision. So 7 to 8 pages, that does not include the works cited page, or pages, depending on how long your citations are and how many sources that you've chosen for your paper. That will be separate pages at the end of your essay. Really make sure that you have a solid introduction with a very clear thesis statement, that you have claims and counter arguments that are supported by your sources, that you integrate your quotations, paraphrases, and summaries from your sources, do that in correct MLA citation. And of course, make sure that your paper is formatted as per MLA guidelines, using your header, your heading, centered title, 12-point font, double-spaced, and 1-inch margins. Okay, and the rubric is the same. I don't think I actually got that up for the, I am, I'm just thinking of things that I've forgotten to do. I will get the rubric up for that, so you're aware of the things that you need to have in this essay. And then the next assignment here is the course reflection. So I want to be clear to you that this is a self-reflection of your own work over the course of the semester. It's not an analysis of how well I did my job as an instructor. You do that in the course assessment. So this is really a critical thinking task for you to consider how you've grown and demonstrate that you have met the course student learning outcomes that are listed below. This reflection should address each of the 5 course learning outcomes, discuss how you've made progress in those areas, and offer specific examples from your work to help support your claims. For your written reflection, please write a minimum of 2 double-spaced 12-point font pages, but it does not have to be an essay form. If you want to do a multimedia type thing, that is perfectly fine. You could do a PowerPoint, Google Slides, Prezi, any of those type of presentation softwares. You could do a presentation that way. You could record a video or an audio recording if it's easier for you to speak through your thoughts instead of writing them down. That's fine as well. Or even make a collage demonstrating how you fulfilled the learning outcomes. You could use examples from feedback that I've provided to you. Just if you're of the more creative type, you can use a different presentation than typical essay. So the course learning outcomes are to analyze rhetorical situations by examining audience, purpose, and context. We've done that in several instances, several types of assignments. Compose multiple genres for a variety of audiences and purposes, using sources as a foundation for writing in most projects, and adopting appropriate composing processes and conventions. So what that means, appropriate composing process, what your writing process has been, and using the proper conventions that we use for standard academic English. Use inquiry-based research practices to identify potential gaps, conflicts, or new ideas in an existing conversation about a topic. Remember, we've talked about how our writing is actually, when we're using sources and the ideas of others, we're actually kind of taking part in what we call the scholarly or the academic conversation. that we're standing on the shoulders of giants to see further, how to locate, evaluate, and synthesize source material appropriate to research inquiry that reflects a range of perspectives. So you're not only presenting your own perspective, but you're also examining the other side of the issue. And lastly, to articulate what you know about reading, research, and writing processes, and how they can apply that knowledge, how you can apply that knowledge in various contexts. I want you to be able to see that writing is not just something that you do for a class, but that it's kind of part of your everyday life, right? So please note, I don't want to see a full portfolio of your work. I just want to see your reflection of your work. And as I said before, this assignment has a firm due date of Saturday, August 6th, which is the last day of the semester. I will not accept late submissions unless there is some kind of an emergency that's going on in your family. If you just, if you just didn't manage your time well, I really can't be flexible with you, sadly. And here we actually do have a rubric for you. We have a course learning outcome actually for reflection, whether you've met it or not met it. And then making sure that you've addressed all 5 learning outcomes, that you've discussed your progress made over the course of the term, and making sure that you fulfill the requirements for your format or length as set forth in the instructions. One thing I want to say, if you do a video or audio recording, try to keep it under 5 or in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 minutes. I still have a pretty full class. We have 19 students in the class, probably about 15 of you who have been consistently active, which means that takes up quite a bit of time to go through papers and to listen to or watch a video or an audio recording. So, try to keep it in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 minutes, be pretty brief, but, at least have some examples of how you've met the student learning outcomes. The fact is, if you have gotten this far and you've done all of the work that's been required of you, you have met the student course learning outcomes. But I want you to reflect on how you've grown as a writer and what you've learned, as well as how you've met those student learning outcomes. So that is that with the course. It's been a real pleasure this year, this summer. 7 weeks is such a short term. And as I said, if we were doing a normal 15-week course, there would be a lot more information that I'd be able to present to you. And I've talked with students and I've said, sometimes I just bombard you with a lot of information and hope for the best, hope that you get it. And sometimes students do and sometimes they don't. And that's okay, because we all have a variety of learning experiences that we came into with this course. And so, as long as you have put forth a good effort and you've fulfilled everything that was set forth in that grading contract, you're going to pass the class. If you are missing assignments and you don't get them into me by that last day of August 6th, that's going to reduce your grade a bit. So it's really important that you make every effort to get those assignments done and completed, submitted, not completed, get them done and completed. That's the same thing, right? Get them done and submitted by the 6th, and we'll see how things go. Okay. So good luck with your research papers, your revisions, and good luck going on in your futures. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.